everyone, this is Bakari with Mac Photography Tips, and I'm also a freelance writer for AppleMatters.com and MakeUseOf.com. And I thought I would do a little video real quick about what's in my dock, and I'm kind of doing it in response to Soldier Knows Best, and I've never done a response video to another YouTube video, so I thought I'll just kind of knock one out this morning. And so basically what I'm going to do is kind of go through some of the applications that I use in my dock a lot. I have quite a few, if you see down here, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm just going to go through the ones that I kind of like and some ones that kind of stand out for me. Of course, I use ScreenFlow to like a lot of people who do these video tutorials or what have you. ScreenFlow is just really an awesome application, and if you haven't ever tried it, download it, give it a free trial. It's a little expensive, it's about $99, but it really works great for putting together these kind of shows, as you will see. On the far left here, I use one the application called Pathfinder, and let's see, it comes up here in a minute. And Pathfinder is so much going on in Pathfinder. It's like a different type of finder. Here's the, if you look at here's the basic finder for the the one that comes by default in the Mac. But here, this finder here, you can do a lot of things with it. I'm not going to even attempt to try to go through all the things that you can do, but you can create tabs, and with different windows. You can create favorites here and have them here. You can create menu items within here. You can also drag the applications and folders and what have you up into the menu bar or toolbar here. So you can do a lot of different things. Check it out though. I'm not even really doing it justice, but it's one that I use often because you can just kind of navigate with through the finder a lot faster using that. So that's one thing I use here. And another application for my writing, I use an application called Ulysses. And what this application does is basically, this is where I do pretty much all my writing, because I can store all the drafts of what I'm doing inside this application. I don't have, I have to have, writing files scattered all over my my Mac or in my documents folder. I can keep them all in here, and it has some really good things you can do. It has automatic typing scroll, so that I don't have to keep moving this up and down as I type. I can save these all here and bring them up when I need them, and I can export them out to almost any format. So it's called Ulysses. It's not well designed, it's not really attractive in terms of design, but it's very functional. I can also keep notes here, as well as image files and folders that go along with my related articles. So that's one thing I use there, Ulysses. And also I just started using a new application called Screen Steps, and I'm going to write about this at AppleMatters.com. But Screen Steps is really great if you do a lot of articles, or even if you do videos in which you talk about applications. This is a great way to, when you're going through and you're doing screen captures, what this does is that it takes your screen captures and puts them in order for you as you shoot them. So you create a kind of a lesson, if you will, and once you create your lesson, you're going to shoot screenshots, and they will appear in order form, and then you can go through and select the different screenshots and annotate them as I've done here. And so this is really great, and you can, after you're done, you can upload it to, say, a WordPress blog, pretty much, and you can also add instructions, titles to each step, that kind of thing. And again, check it out. It's called Screen Steps. I think they're going to come up with a new version, I think it's 2.7, in a couple of weeks, and it's really great. Again, I think it costs like maybe $59 for the basic one. But if you are doing any kind of writing or tutorials about applications on an ongoing basis, you might want to check out Screen Steps. Very great. Another little application that I keep in the dock often is called Solver, and it's just a quick little calculation application, and it's much better than the one that comes with the Mac OS X. And basically you can just type in numbers, And what it would do is it will automatically give you the you know, the total here as you type, and it can do all types of calculations. Okay, so I mean, these are real simple ones, of course, but anyway, once you do this, you can, you know, type these in, and if you need to, if you can save, you can actually save your calculations somewhere if you need to come back to them. So if you're doing some really heavy calculations or what have you, now this is a great one. Solver is a great one to use, and it's much better than what comes with OS 10. So Solver. All right, next application I use sometimes is called Mac Speech Dictate, and basically it is a dictation program for the Mac, and it works pretty good if you have a lot of patience in terms of learning how to dictate as you type. Now, it's not really working that well right now when I'm trying to do also the screen flow capture as well, but let me give it a chance. Let me wake it up, and basically it will type out whatever I say. Okay, period. Okay, and so that's pretty much how it works. And I think it's great if you have certain type of handicap which keeps you from being able to, you know, type on the computer, or if you really get good at you know, doing dictation, which is different from, say, typing out, you know, by keys. It can really work well for you, but other than that, it can be very frustrating. But I do use it from time to time when I need it. Okay, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to just point out, just kind of go through some really quick mentions. I use 1Password. I think that was mentioned in some other videos in response to this, to the What's in My Dock. So definitely check out 1Password if you do a lot of you know, web browsing, and you know, and definitely just get 1Password. It's worth all the money. Also use Soho Notes for my note taking here. I use Soho Notes because it works well for getting information in using, you know, all I have to do is control click on a file or selected text, and it can get it into Soho Notes. So I use that a lot better than other note-taking applications that I have. And going down, for my editing photos, I use Aperture 2.0 as well as iPhoto. Of iPhoto 09, also Adobe Photoshop CS3 is another one that I use, you know, practically every other day, seems like. And of course I have the typical web browsers, Firefox, Safari, and I use Opera as well. Also, let me go over to what else. I think that's about it. And I also use Little Snapper for dealing with my screen captures. It's another couple application. I use about 3 or 4 applications for that as well. And also TweetDeck is another one of my Twitter clients. So that's pretty much it. That's what's in my dock, and I invite you to check out my stories, my articles on applematters.com and makeuseof.com. Thanks a lot.